my gosh, okay, we switched spots and on our way to a new spot, we just happened to be going by an island. Yes, those are all puffins. Oh my goodness.
Whoa, they're so cute.
Oh my gosh. I know you were dying to know a little bit more about these cute little birds, so here you go. Atlantic puffins are small seabirds, often nicknamed clowns of the sea for their colorful beak and comical stance. They spend most of the year far out at sea, flying low over the waves and flying underwater with their wings to chase fish. Puffins can dive 30 to 60 feet on most of their foraging trips, but they're capable of plunging as deep as 200 feet and holding their breath for nearly a minute while hunting schooling fish. Is that not insane? But that's not all. They're also excellent flyers, flapping their wings up to 400 times per minute and reaching speeds of over 50 miles an hour. And despite their skill and charm, puffins once completely disappeared from eastern Egg Rock, this tiny island about 6 miles off of Maine's coast. Through a restoration project known as Project Puffin, which included moving young birds from Newfoundland, providing artificial burrows, using puffin decoys, and controlling gulls, scientists successfully re-established the colony. The first pairs nested again in 1981, and today over 150 breeding pairs return each year, making this little island the world's first successfully restored Atlantic puffin colony.
Are you so happy?
Yes, I wanted to see them so bad in Washington, and we never found them. I thought I did one day, and then I was like, wrong. But yeah, I've been wanting to check this off my bucket list for a long time, and we finally did, and there's so many. They're so much smaller than I thought they were going to be, but they're so cute. I was not expecting to see this many. I was thinking maybe there'd be like one or two pairs on this island that we'd have to like look at with the binoculars, and maybe we would see, maybe we wouldn't, but oh, I'm so happy.
Alright guys, we're in Rockland, Maine right now, and check this out. They have railways here for the big, like, commercial ships. That's how they haul them out. That's pretty cool. I think the only other place we've ever seen that is Napa, California, right? But not nearly to this scale. This is for, like, the big boats. Look at these things. Tug and big commercial fishing boat. We gotta check that out later. All right, you guys. We are off dodging lobster pots again. We're just leaving Rockland here. And we didn't do a ton here. We just kind of walked around town a bunch. Sierra went into her most favorite antique shop she's ever been in before. And
it was so cool. I could have spent I did spend over an hour in there. There was just so much cool stuff. Old bottles, old furniture, old nautical stuff, cool clothes. Like, scored some Patagonia flannels, scored this really cool bottle, who I don't know who we're going to give it to, but we're going to give it to someone. Look at how cool. We can't really have glass on the boat, but this would be like a perfect little flower vase.
And we just walked around a whole bunch. There's a bunch of cool stuff to see. There was like just a bunch of old wooden sailboats everywhere, and we actually have this big Navy ship in the harbor right now. And people were like, they were doing tours on it and everything. We didn't get on to do a tour, but we're passing by it right now. And we're not exactly sure where we're going to next. We were looking at Vinyl Haven and North Haven. There's like a million spots to go to, and we have had a bunch of recommendations, so they're all on our list. So we're just trying to weigh where we want to go to next. We have a nice little breeze, so maybe a little bit further. I don't know. Probably make the most use of this breeze and get a little bit further up north or east and just try not to grab a lobster pot on the way. But beautiful sunny day. I'll let you know when we figure out where we're going to next. See, I told you guys, some cool old boats around here. A lot of old wooden schooners and stuff. I don't know if that's considered a schooner. I always get those old multi-masted rigs confused. Schooner, ketch, yawl, whatever. We got like 9 to 15 knots of breeze, a little bit gusty, and we got the full mainsail and the screecher out, and we're going pretty deep downwind, but we're not going that far, so the screecher is just easier than pulling out the asymmetric spinnaker. And probably pick up, I don't know, half a knot to close to a knot if we use the spinnaker generally in like these conditions. But it's good enough. We're still doing 6 knots easily and 7 when we get the higher gusts. Lots of sailboats out in the water today. Guys, I can't even tell you, there's just a million spots up here to explore, and they all look super cool, at least on the charts and the pictures, and then from what people are recommending. I feel like you could just spend like 10 years up here and every season cruise, every summer season cruise, and just still not see everything. But we're gonna do our best. Lobster pots everywhere. So nice out. All right, you guys, wind shifted a little bit. We're going dead downwind right now. I brought the screecher out to the other side of the boat. So now we're going wing on wing. We got the mainsail on that side and the screecher out on this side. And definitely not what you would normally do with a screecher, because it's more of like a reaching sail, but just for a short run down the bay, it's nice and easy. And I have it kind of pulled out a little bit to the edge of the boat just to give it present the most sail area to the wind for the most amount of drag, because we're just being dragged downwind at the moment. And yeah, it's still a beautiful day. Sunny. Probably 10 to 15 knots of breeze right now. We're cruising. And we're also making water right now. This kind of cruising has been the perfect cruising. We've been kind of just hopping around pretty much every other day, maybe every day, but then we take 2 days off and just going like 20 miles, 10, 20, 30 miles maybe. And it's perfect. First off, everything on the boat has been much more efficient since we got up here, just because everything's a little cooler. We haven't needed to run AC. The fridge and freezer cycle much less because the air is cooler, and the solar panels work much better because they stay much cooler. So electrically, we've been like net positive every day, and then just moving every other day, we kind of have excess electricity when we run the engines because the alternators are moving and charging. And so when I know we're gonna have excess energy, I just run the water maker when we're going, and we have plenty of water. So basically every other day we're just making another 30 to 60 gallons of water. And yeah, so I got the water maker running right now. We'll go check on it. I'll show you guys. Every time I check on it, I just look at the pre-filter and make sure it's not clogged. This is getting a little low. I'm gonna have to replace this, but we still have 5 to 10 PSI, so that's fine. As long as it's not in the red, then it's perfectly fine. And then just check our flow. We got almost 40 gallons an hour, and then just make sure that is there, and yeah. That's pretty much it. That's one of these things that we installed on the boat that has been working incredibly well. You guys know we use our Rain Man water maker. We installed it on the Adrenaline, and we used it on Adrenaline. And so when they agreed to work with us again and install it on this boat, yeah, absolutely, 100%. And we will 1000% have it on our next boat too. Like, that thing has been amazing.
Look at you being so positive.
And I know we're not running the engines right this second because we're sailing, but we ran the engines when we picked up anchor and got the sails up and everything like that, and then we'll run the engines for another half hour, an hour on our way into the next anchorage. So that's where we get that excess charging power from when the alternators are running.
What?
Just filming you putting that chicken in there. All right, guys, we're here. We're at a spot called, I don't even know where we are. Just some point we had on the map. We're like, let's go there today. That's pretty much what it was. We're like right across the bay from Belfast. We're by Castine, Maine, off of Holbrook Island, Tom Cod Cove.
Are you just naming
all the places around here, yeah. But we got here, yeah, beautiful, beautiful sail. And we just picked up a mooring. There's a boat in front of us, and they said, yeah, someone said that they could pick up that mooring, but they picked up another one, and they're like, yeah, I think it's a yacht club mooring. No one ever uses it. I think you guys can pick it up, no problem. So we're on that mooring.
Which is a good thing because our windlass wasn't working.
Yeah, our windlass was acting a little funny picking up the chain this morning. It wasn't even able to pick up the whole weight of the chain, even when it was free. So I got to look into that, see what's going on there.
There's there's many things on this boat that we've never had before that, like, I'll always, like, never not be grateful for. But the windlass is, like, the main thing. Because do you remember how many years we didn't have a windlass and it was just, like, a back breaking. Not that it was, like, that hard, but it was, like, so much on your back. Yeah. And now we just press a tiny little button. And every single time I press that button, I'm like, this is amazing. I'm so grateful. And then when it goes out, it's like, no, don't leave. We need you.
These are the guys right here who said we could pick up this mooring. And yeah, this place is beautiful. Super protected. Look at this. Bunch of other anchored boats back here. And then I think the town, like Castine, is over that way somewhere. Beautiful, beautiful spot.
This reminds me so much of Washington. It makes me so happy.
We're just going on a little after dinner hike, and yeah, we're just saying like this reminds us so much of the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest, there were just so many of these
the parks with the moorings and the nature trails.
easy access to, yeah, these, you know, groomed trails and boardwalks and stuff like that. Super nice.
Holbrook Sanctuary, where we are now, is beautiful. I'm hiking with Jetty now while Billy's running, and it's just so nice. Like, around here you can literally hop just an hour, not even an hour, or a couple hours, and you're in a completely different spot. And it's all so beautiful. Like, gorgeous. We did see a porcupine yesterday, so Jetty's staying on a leash today. She won't chase it, but I just don't want her to get interested and then her get too close and get any spikes, because we are far away from a vet and that would not be fun. So we did go to the tackle store yesterday before we left Rockland and got a bunch of stuff to catch striped bass. And we were gonna try to go this evening after we finish working, because I think it's kind of like a morning and evening thing. And then Billy was doing research and he read a review that said, don't collect shellfish around here, or like even be careful of swimming in the water because there's some like toxic waste site or something. I didn't do the research, so I didn't know. But we'll ask him when he gets back what information he found. So we just decided that get more stuff done today and then we'll fish at a different spot just in case. Because if it's harming the shellfish, I would imagine that it's harming other stuff too. So, don't want to eat that. But, not giving up. We will be catching a striped bass before we leave Maine. And whenever I hike alone like this, I'm always like repeating my Krav Maga training in my head. Just in case anyone were to try to come grab me. And I don't even know if I told you guys, I did Krav Maga for a couple months when we were in one of the waiting periods for Lori Sue, and I absolutely loved every single class. If you've never heard of it, look it up. It's like a Israeli, not a martial arts, but like a defense. They teach the military this kind of training, and then there was a gym in Gardens that I went to and I loved it because I used to have these nightmares all the time of being like attacked and not being able to do anything. I can't yell, I can't fight, I can't do anything. I'm paralyzed. But ever since I started doing that, I don't have them anymore. And then whenever I'm by myself, I kind of just repeat, okay, go through in my mind the training that we had worked on for those months, just in case I ever need to use it, which obviously, hopefully I will not, but if you see me, grab me from behind, see what happens. You're going to get an elbow to the face. My little buddy, she's been so tired. We've been hiking with her so much since we left Florida, honestly, because we were walking tons in North Carolina and Ocracoke and even Virginia. And we haven't been giving her any breaks, but I think it's keeping her young. Everyone always asks, how old is Jetty now? Jetty is 12. And she is still thriving, man, knock on wood, but she's doing so good. Every day she's been walking like between like 3 and honestly sometimes up to 6 miles with us. And she's definitely tired at night, but she's not moving funny. She gets up in the morning and she's excited to go again. So my little puppy makes my heart very happy. Crazy dog. How was your run?
Good. I don't know how much I did because my watch is dead. I think just over 3.
Nice.
3 miles. Not far.
Do you ever go over your
Okay.
Do you ever go over your jiu-jitsu training when you're running alone in the woods? I was saying I go over my Krav Maga in my head when I'm by myself, just in case someone grabs me. What do I do?
No, I can't say I do that, but I do that sometimes just for fun and to think about it, but not necessarily for self-defense, but I don't know, that's why I like jiu-jitsu so much. I'm just a white belt, But
White belt with 2 stripes.
with two stripes. But there's just so much so much to learn, so much opportunity to get better. And the more you kind of practice, even if it's just in your mind, like practice the things you learn, the better you get. It's like kind of like visualization.
So if someone grabbed you in the woods, could you get away?
Well, yeah, 100%, because my wrestling, grappling background. Unless
What if they had a gun?
I don't know.
I learned to move the gun away.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, maybe
It's
if
not
it.
just that, though.
What did you learn about the toxins? I said we were going to fish today, and then we kind of put it on pause.
Yeah, on Navionics, there's a little point over here that says it's an EPA Superfund site, and like one of the worst, like top 10 in the country or whatever, according to just one point on Navionics. So I don't know how true it is. I didn't do any more research beyond that. But
Yeah, we need to fact check it.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seemed like an old mining site or something like that, but definitely won't want to eat any seafood out of this area if that's the fact, and if that's true. It's so pretty. It's like a little hazy around here. Like it's been like this like the second half of the day, and you thought there might be fires.
Yeah,
like
I thought
wildfires
a couple
in
days
Canada.
ago I got a notification saying that the air quality was low because there was fires in like New York and Canada or something.
It doesn't seem smoky, but it's definitely like this orange haze.
Ready for dinner?
What are we having?
Making chicken noodle soup.
Oh yeah.
I made the roasted chicken yesterday, and that is what he made the broth with, which is what he's gonna make the soup with.
Yeah, good girl. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Are you waiting for me? Come on. Stay. Sit. Up. Sit. Stay. Okay. Good girl.
How's it coming?
Really good. How's it smell?
Really good. Would you just go with chicken and rice?
Yeah. I don't think you can win.
76. You passed 500, didn't you?
Yep. 535.
Winner.
2, 380, 391.
Ouch.
I don't know. We never used to play that aces could be 1. Aces are always 15. Or we used to play that if you used them in a low straight, that they were 5. But the rules we just saw the other day said if they're in a low straight, then they're 1. So that's how you added them. Well, good game. Best of luck next time.
Round 2?
Yeah.
I'm making a comeback. I told you I was making a comeback. Show me what you got to deduct.
Sierra just went out, and if you guys know anything about rummy, this is what I have left in my hand.
Woo!
I could have played this. I was
Just like pickleball coming back in round 2.
risky. We hope you guys have had as much fun watching these videos as we have had in Maine creating these videos and just cruising around. As we've cruised through Maine, there's been a whole bunch of different resources we've been using to find like the best spots, the best anchorages, dinghy docks, where the grocery store is, where the best hikes are. And it comes from, a bunch of different apps, but also some friends and people who have recommended places. And we've taken all of our favorite spots or all of our most useful resources and put them together in one map. And we actually have that available now as a downloadable map on our website. So if you guys ever think about cruising Maine or coming to visit Maine, you can buy that map on our website, download it, save it, and then refer to it during your trip or your cruise in Maine. And then we also have been doing the same thing from all our past experience in all different places, including like the Bahamas and Grenada and a bunch of other spots we've been to. So check it out on our website. Link is always in the description for the Tula shop, and let us know what you guys think.